Hello everybody, welcome back to Loripop Games. It is time to play some more Katawa Shoujo. And I think that things are getting pretty cutesy between us and Hanako. So let's return and see what kind of lovings we can cook up. Oh, we're going for a run, finally. The summertime sun is something to be savored, but when combined with the clean country air, it's all the better. The track and field club members are horsing around on the field ahead. None of them pay me any heed as I sit alone on the grass underneath the shade of a particularly large tree. It's a nice and peaceful moment after a dreary day of schoolwork. I played soccer pretty often before my heart attack. We know! We get! You used to play soccer and then you had a heart attack. How many times are you going to tell us? So, I had thought it would be really nostalgic to watch them. What I'm feeling now, though, is quite distinct from that emotion. Ooh! Hello! You're no hands girl, you're in our class. We saw you in the very first episode and not a peep since. Don't tell me you're a late addition to our potential love interest squad. Actually do, you're quite cute. I hear footsteps approaching from behind me, and I turn to my side to see one of my classmates taking a seat beside me. I'm taken off guard, as the two of us haven't talked much before, and I didn't think anyone would notice me here. Mickey, her name's Mickey. Ooh, now I need to do voices. I'm gonna give her like a tomboyish kind of vibe. Sup? Hi. Miura, wasn't it? Just call me Mickey. Surnames are too stuffy. Likewise then. I don't actually know your name, and I don't care. We both look back to the field where the guys are playing. It looks like they're getting ready to have a second game, with people spreading out to their positions and the ball being carried to the center of the field. Sure enough, the whistle is blown to begin the match, and they get right back into it. Not going to play? Nah, just gonna rest for a bit. What about you? You kinda looked like you wanted to play when you were watching us before. So, someone did notice me after all. It's kind of a long story. Her face says that I've piqued her interest. I'm in Yamaku because I've got a heart condition. Wait, so we were so anti-telling our really good friends about it, and now we're just gonna flippantly be telling everyone that comes and sits beside us? Maybe it's because she kind of looks like Hanako, so he's lulled into a false sense of security. I can't really play soccer anymore. I'm gonna mention that quite a few times, by the way. Gonna have to get used to that. Wanted to be a soccer player, did you? No, I only really did it for fun. My friends played it, so I played it as well. Any of those guys playing around could have been me before my accident, but I don't feel like I have any real wish to go back to that either. That's a little hard to explain. When I think about it, I should feel pretty bad watching people play when I can't anymore. Yet, I don't. Maybe it's a good thing, a sign that I've gotten over it, and that I'm ready to become a new person. Sorry, did I say that all out loud? I'm kind of rambling. Hey, it's cool. I'm actually glad to hear that. It sounds like you really have your stuff together. Some of the people that come to Yamaku are a bit messed up at first. So, you're a member of the track and field club then? Yep, been in it since I arrived. Don't suppose you're friends with Emmy, short, fast runner, no legs. Huh, Emmy, yeah. Everyone knows about her, don't they? But nah, I tend to get on better with the guys, so me and Emmy don't talk that much. Anyway, what about you? Oh, well, I'm not really in any clubs. Real clubs, anyway. Oh, you've been hanging around with Hanako and that blonde Amazon though, right? She's cute. Blonde Amazon? I suppose Lilly has the height to fit that description. Then don't worry about it. As long as you've got some friends, you don't need to join any club. A loud whistling from the field attracts our attention. One of the players is on the ground clutching his leg, and the others stop play to jog up to him, leaving Mickey grimacing. Ouch, that looks painful. That guy's really had bad luck. As she continues to look out onto the field, I can't help but being reminded of her own injuries. Her left arm, ending in a stub rather than a hand, has been bandaged up for the entire time I've been in Yamaku, and her injury doesn't seem that new. She turns to talk to me again and catches me looking. Both of us sit in awkward silence as she takes her bandaged arm and holds it in her lap with her other remaining hand. Sorry, I guess I'm still a bit. It's fine, really. Her tone is light, but neither of us say anything afterwards. Every disabled student here has their own way of dealing with their problems, and some finding their conditions troublesome is only natural. I'm included among them, after all. The injured guy from the soccer game manages to get onto his feet with some help, and ends up hobbling off the field with one arm over the shoulder of another for support. Probably just pulled a muscle if he can still manage to walk. The whistle blows again, and the game continues once more with one less man on the field. Hanging out with Hanako and that blonde girl, you keep some pretty strange company. How so? Be careful what you say. No, it's just that Hanako's kind of, I don't know, shy. No, it's not really that, it's just, she's got some issues, I think. I can't really put it in a nice way. Not that I don't think she's a nice person, though. She's perfectly nice. Cheeky little wink. Just, I don't know, hard to deal with. It sounds like Mickey, or at least some of the other people in the class, have tried to get closer to Hanako in the past, and it didn't go so well. I think her judgment is rather harsh, given that everyone, not just those in Yamaku, have their own issues. Then again, I haven't really known Hanako for that long, so it wouldn't surprise me if there was some stuff I didn't know about. I'll just take it as it comes. She's a nice person, and I think that should be all that matters. Mickey's eyes narrow a little, and her smile spreads. You really like her, don't you? Mickey certainly doesn't mince words. Oh, we are admitting the shit out of that. Yo. Yeah, we do. To be completely honest, yeah, I do. I'd appreciate it if you didn't tell anyone. Hey, whoa, you can trust me. No problems there. I mean, we've never actually talked before, but yeah, you can trust me, man. No worries. I mean, I've already told her about the hat thing, so what's a little bit of love interest as well. To be honest, I think it's kind of cute. If you want to go for it, don't let me stop you. Thanks. She may say that, but she was just talking about Hanako having issues. Still, I want to hold myself to the words I said. Hanako's problems don't matter. I'll deal with anything that comes up, because I want to help her. If there is even the smallest possibility that I can pull Hanako out of her depression and seclusion, then I should work towards that, no matter what. If she needs a prince, I will be that prince! That is the cutest thing this game has said. Oh, Prince Hiseo. I've forgotten what our last name is. As I think about the possibility of a relationship, I can see Mickey grinning at me while watching my face. I'm no doubt blushing, and looking away from her only makes her laugh. Mickey gives off a different vibe from the other girls. I think she might also be into girls, so she kind of understands us a little. Talking to her feels more like talking to a guy than a woman. Her saying she prefers male company doesn't help to dispel that notion either. Glancing at my watch shows that lunch break is ending in only a few minutes. Time to start heading back to class. Lunch is about to end. Wanna head back? Oh, is Hanako gonna see us arriving together and get jealous? You're gonna have to, give me a 3-minute head start and then you can follow. Yeah, we'd better. I pick myself off the grass and dust myself off, offering a hand to Mickey to help her up as well. Come to think of it, why aren't you wearing the normal girl's blouse? She is, isn't she? Isn't that the normal top? It's too hot and constricting. The boy's uniform is better anyway. She throws her arms around a bit to emphasize her point, which has the side effect of showing off one particular part of her body that'd be especially constricted by the blouse. He's so pervy. Not really. I just like to give him a hard time. The two of us start the walk back to the main building through the gardens, talking as we go. It sounds like you're settling in pretty well. That's a relief. It was pretty surprising to get a transfer student at this point in the year, considering the exams are coming up. Yeah, people can have injuries at any time of the year, love. Don't remind me. Ha, don't worry about them. Just cram it. You'll be fine. That doesn't sound like good advice. You seem like a smart guy, and Muto's taken to you well already. You're like a hand in a glove. Now to work out whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. I still don't know what to make of this school. I've been here a few weeks already, but I still feel dazed at times. You'll get used to it. Just give it some time. It's only a high school, just like any other. She makes it sound so simple, but I've never thought about it that way. To me, Yamako symbolized a marked shift in my life. I was no longer normal. I was different, and I was to be educated with other different people. And yet, I'm walking back to class and talking casually with a classmate during lunch after watching some others play a soccer game. All perfectly normal. Maybe she has a point. Maybe I should just look at Hanako in the same way. Everyone has their own issues. This is hardly something unique to Yamaku. After all, it's only a high school, just like any other. As we continue to talk, I find myself smiling. Mickey and I are very different people in almost every way. You've figured this out from the walk between the class to the football field? Maybe they've talked before as well. It feels good to have gotten to know another classmate a bit better. We're just strangers. Oh, that's it! Is it? We'll keep going. It's only been 12 minutes. So I think this is the next day, or a few days later. A light breeze blows the scent of early summer around my head while I wait for Lilly. Oh, we're off to town to get a present, right? Small white clouds litter the sky, breaking up the monotony of the blue. Hiseo, are you here? Lily's voice lilts on the breeze, as if they were one and the same thing. I stop gazing into the sky to examine Lilly. Oh, cutie. I love that top. Maybe jeans would have been better, but cute. With a peach off-the-shoulder sweater and tan ankle-length skirt, in addition to tan sandals, she's quite a nice sight. Yeah, I'm over here, Lilly, near the gate. The gate! Were you able to sneak away from Hanako? Yes, it's not uncommon for me to go out during weekends, so I don't think she noticed anything suspicious. That, and she has someone she sees. Do we need to be worried about this someone? Are they a male someone? Is she cheating on us? Lilly purses her lips, as if she maybe shouldn't have continued. I find it a little hard to believe. Hanako's seeing someone? Really? No, it's just... she sees a therapist every so often, on the weekends. Oh, good. I mean, that makes sense. Is it a male therapist? Lilly rubs her arms uncomfortably, and after one look at her troubled expression, I quickly move to change the topic away from Hanako. Yes? I was just wondering, can you get around the city on your own? Lilly sighs at my consternation surrounding the topic of her blindness. I'm my own worst enemy sometimes. I didn't think she'd have a problem with answering that kind of question, but oh well. I can, yes. It's easier when I'm out with a friend or my sister, though. I wonder how Lilly gets along with her sister. Being an only child, it's hard to imagine what having a sibling would be like. So, it makes me a little envious of her. I'm also an only child, but I quite like it. Right, well then, the bus arrives in a few minutes, so we should probably get a move on, right? Indeed, it's a long wait if we miss this one. With that, we set off for the bus stop on the hill. It's only a small distance from the school gate, so it's very convenient. It's a nice view from here. Coming from the city, I never really got to see scenery like this, let alone on a daily basis. It is really beautiful. Really nice. This area is nice for me as well. It's tranquil and away from the noises and smells of the city. Lily's head, oh, look at her hair. She is super cute. Lily's head perks up in a trademark gesture of hers, signifying that she's caught a sound. Oh, here comes the bus. I look down the road to see the bus trundling up the hill. Her hearing's quite a useful tool. The bus only takes a short while to reach the bus stop, forcing its way up the road, and within a minute we are on our way to the city. Oh, an actual city! What? This looks cool. Walking around the city, I feel a distinct nostalgia. The smells, the traffic, the tall buildings everywhere. It's a lot like my native city, save for the raised walkways. It feels a little weird walking around a city as casually as I would in a park, but with cars rushing around underneath me. As I'm busily pondering the engineering marvel that is the raised walkway, I get a surprise. That would be actually pretty cool. Boom! It takes a moment for me to realize that Lily has wrapped her arm around mine, extending her cane in front of her with her other hand. For a moment, I'm startled, but I manage to keep enough of a lid on it for Lily not to notice. While it's not the first time that Lily's relied on me for guidance, she'd only held onto my sleeve's cuff before. It's logical that it would be easier for her to navigate a crowded and complex area such as the city while securely linked, but I'm far from being used to this kind of contact as Lily is. Finally realizing the growing silence between us as Lily waits for me to get moving, I quickly kick my brain into gear. You know, it's quite a surprise that Hanako likes to sing. Have you ever heard her do it before? I have indeed. We've been to karaoke sessions several times along with my sister. I can't say I take to the activity much, but the other two like it. Maybe Hanako doing karaoke is more fitting than I initially thought. Just her and those she knows, all alone in a little room. It would give her a rare chance to let her guard down, with nobody else there to judge her. Maybe it would be nice to bring her into town for a karaoke birthday party, if she likes doing it. I'm not sure she would deal very well with the excitement, but she's done it before. I move to protest, but her face shows that she's mulling the proposal over some more. It takes quite some time for her to come to a conclusion. Then again, the best thing we can do for Hanako at this point is try to create some pleasant birthday memories. Continually treating her as if she's abnormal won't help. I think you're right. If she has something to remember apart from loss, then maybe she'll come around. And in any case, I think Hanako can handle something like this. In the time I've spent beside her, I've learned that she isn't quite as frighteningly fragile as I first thought she was. So, shall we be off? I'm not really sure about the layout of this area. Very well. I might like to suggest having something to eat first. We eat a lot in this school. I haven't either, so that sounds like a good plan. Did I just read that completely wrong? Sumimasen? Make sure you choose a nice place, Hiseo. I'll make sure I do. Don't worry about that. This does indeed look nice. Kind of looks like Starbucks. I'd pegged this cafe as the type to appeal to Lily. Small and quiet, but well kept and somewhat upscale. Lily gingerly brings her head over to the slice of pie placed in front of her, delicately taking in the aroma. Lemon pie, is it? Thank you, Hiseo. No problem. The tea's just next to it, so be careful not to knock it over. She nods appreciatively, but judging from the slightly weak smile she has, the warning wasn't necessary. I suppose the sound must have tipped her off to its position. I feel like she's starting to get a little agitated with our naivety, should we say. We both tuck into our food without further ado, both of us remaining largely silent as we do so. Lily isn't the type to appreciate discussion while eating, and I can't say I like it either. Eventually, we finish both our meals, and the last of our teacups follows in short order. Lily's the first to break the silence. That was very nice. I must say, you've chosen quite well, Hiseo. This is the first time I've really had much of a look around the city, so all I could really do is choose somewhere that looked nice. Damn. Sorry. I feel bad for inadvertently bringing up the subject of sight around Lily. See, that's the kind of thing, if you just let it go and not make it a deal, he makes it a deal every time. She doesn't appear to mind too much. Quite the opposite. She almost looks amused by my awkward attempt at an apology. You are thoughtful, Hiseo, but sometimes I fear that it gets the better of you. There's no need to change your speech on my account. I've told you that before. Lily is pretty comfortable in dealing with her condition. I still hasten to change the subject, as I can't really say that I share her confidence in the matter. So, have you lived here long? It seems like you have this place pretty much sorted out. She quickly waves her hand in front of her face to dismiss the notion. It's not like that. I've attended Yamaku since the start of high school, but I didn't walk around the city very much because Akira, my sister, picked me up and dropped me off. Oh right, you mentioned not living in the dormitories until recently. I've lived with my family for most of my life. Then I was just together with my sister. With my family having moved to Inverness long before, and Akira working longer hours, I ended up having to move. Inverness? Isn't there somewhere in Scotland? Oh, did I not tell you? Should she have had a Scottish accent? My family currently lives in Scotland, the birthplace of my mother. That's my father's side is mainly Japanese, though. The question of what gave Lily her looks did cross my mind every now and again, but I never thought to ask. That answers that, then. Your father's full Japanese, and you look like that. Realism! To be honest, I'd never have guessed. Considering you have no accent, I'm guessing you were born here? Full marks. I am thankful for my heritage, though, as without it, I'd likely have not been taught English so early in life. And what of you, Hiseo? What about me? I'll go with... Well, what are your plans for the future? To be honest, I haven't thought much about that recently. After the accident and subsequent months in hospital, enjoying my life here with you and Hanako has been enough for me. What a charmer, eh? In fact, I don't think I've thought at all about a future for some time now. It seems almost futile. This is your last year of school. After this, you'll have to fend for yourself one way or the other. It's not like I don't know that. I just haven't put much thought into it since... She opens her mouth to continue, but gives a small sigh instead. She seems to have realized that she really doesn't know enough about my situation to go too deeply into this. Well, we all have our own pace. I just hope you'll take any chance you see. I understand. I'll think about it. She's a great friend. As we walk back out into the city, Lilly takes hold of my arm once again. So, did you get any good ideas for a present? To be honest, no. I've never been very good at picking them. As absurd as it sounds, perhaps we should just look around. Good on you. Hearing Lilly utter those words throws me for a moment. Right. How do we do that? What kind of question is that? You've never window shopped? I mean, I get the pun, but you know. That's just the reaction I was expecting. It's simple. You can go window shopping and just tell me what's around. Yeah. It's not that hard, so if something interesting comes up, then we might get an idea. Right. I'm still not so sure of this, but I'll take your word for it. I think we'll manage. Hanako, my sister, and I managed to do it well enough. With Lilly's simplistic and rather optimistic statement, we set off into the shopping district of the city, and I start describing everything I see to Lilly. This does not look like the shopping district. I feel like we would have had better luck back where we were. It's hard to think of Hanako going window shopping. She doesn't really feel like the type to place much stock in fashion. Nor have I noticed her reading magazines or the like. In fact, all I think I've really seen her do as a hobby is read books. We know she also cooks. We know that. There's a housewares shop just ahead. Looks like mostly crockery, though. I can't think that she'd have much need for that. And what type of message would that send to her? Cook more food? That's not such a bad idea, maybe. Sometimes it's best to leave those things alone, Hiseo. Once again, I get the feeling that Hanako's exploits in the kitchen aren't always successful, but she's having fun. It's good to experiment. Lilly must have had to help her with that sometimes. Let's see, next along is a bookshop. That seems like a good one. She's always reading. Boring. Snooze. Beep, beep, beep. That was me pressing my alarm, by the way. Yes, but there are a few problems with books. I'm not quite sure what she has and what she hasn't read. What about a gift card, then? There's nothing as impersonal as giving someone a gift card. Sassy. It's like saying, I don't know enough about you to work out what you'd like. I always thought of it as making sure you got what they wanted, but, interesting point. I feel like if I'm going to get a gift card, I'd rather just have cash. Giving people gifts is supposed to show them the level of affection you have for them. If you can't decide on a simple gift for them, then how much could you think of them? Right. Jeez, I get it. No gift cards. Lilly seems overly passionate about this, but I can see her point. If you're going to get something for someone, then you should at least put some thought into it. If I want to get something for Hanako that reminds her of us every day, then what good is a gift card? In that case, what did you get Hanako last year? A porcelain doll. I thought if she had someone to talk to, it might help her ease her pain. Aw, a doll isn't ever going to criticize her after all. So, should I be looking for a doll shop? That was last year, mate. That was a year ago. That was 2016, love. If you could be so kind to keep a lookout for one, I would be grateful. Sounds good to me, though I wish you'd mentioned it earlier. But if I did that, then you wouldn't have started thinking for yourself, would you? She's so sassy today. Once again, Lily has a point. My brain is currently analyzing every store we pass for gift options. If Lily had mentioned a doll shop to begin with, I wouldn't have thought of anything else. Exactly. We wander through the city streets, but seem unable to find anything that resembles a doll shop, or anything that I could consider a fitting present. The simple act of searching is starting to clear my head. The events of last week are starting to fade away, and I'm looking forward to giving Hanako her gift. If I can find one, that is. I was literally about to say that. This is hopeless. I thought we'd be able to find something in the city for sure, and I'm sure we've walked down the street at least once before. Great navigation, mate. That sounds almost like you're giving up, Hiseo. I'm not, but it's just harder than I thought. Try not to be so restricted in your thinking. Maybe we should actually go into some shops and have a look around. You haven't done that yet? That might work, yeah. Lily and I circle around the city streets once more, this time popping into stores that catch our attention. In the end, though, nothing comes up as especially appropriate. Hanako's tastes are often quite hard to pin down at the best of times, thanks to her intensely private nature, and those tastes we do know are hard to accommodate. Maybe we take a break for a minute. I'm a little exhausted. She likes music, she likes singing. We actually know quite a lot about her. She's got quite a few hobbies, really. I agree, and leave Lily to rest against a railing while I go get a couple of drinks from a nearby vending machine. After walking up to the vending machine and grabbing myself some lemonade, I find myself at a bit of a loss. Not really knowing Lily's tastes, I decide to take a guess and grab something that seems a little girly, sexist, but not too weird. Strawberry flavored milk, 'cause it's pink, Hiseo, really. Back. I walk up to her and place the carton in front of her outstretched hands, making sure she has a grip on it before I letting it go. She feels out its contours before opening it and taking a very tentative sip, her approving smile afterwards telling me I made the right choice. We both rest and have a quiet drink for a few moments. You probably could have told her what the drink was. I mean, that could have alleviated any anxiety she may have felt about trying it in the first place. A familiar soft ringing begins to sound from Lily's side. She quickly apologizes as her hand goes into her pocket, pulling out her mobile phone. Oh, sorry, do you mind if I take this? It's fine, don't worry. She nods to me in thanks before turning away and flipping the phone open, bringing it to the side of her face as she picks up the call. Going by the tone of Lily's voice, the person on the other end is no doubt some friend or other. I tune out of their conversation pretty quickly. Without much else to do, I find myself watching Lily. She really is a pretty girl, which would hardly hurt her popularity in school. It's interesting just how much Hanako and Lily contrast with each other, both personality and appearance. Are you saying Hanako's not pretty? I think she's adorbs. For a few minutes, I just lean back and drink, watching her. Not creepy at all. Before long, Lily says her goodbyes to the person she's talking to and hangs up, placing her phone back in her pocket and leaning back against the railing as before. Sorry, just a friend from class. Was it Kinji? Kinji and Lily. Lilji. Kinlil. I ship it. I take one final swig from my can before throwing it into the bin. Lily gives me her carton to throw away soon after, finishing it off relatively quickly. You seem to have a lot of friends. Oh? Lily waits for me to continue, her interest piqued. I was just thinking that you and Hanako contrast really heavily. It's hard to imagine Hanako doing a lot of the things you do, or knowing the people you know. You seem to think about Hanako quite a bit. I don't know, it's just she's mysterious, I guess. I kind of want to know more about her, which isn't that easy. Oops, I thought I clicked. I didn't click. Click fail. It almost sounds like you're doubting your relationship to her. I don't think it's that. I just want to do more for her, being her friend and all. I don't even really know how she sees me. This statement seems to interest Lily quite a bit. I wonder if Hanako said anything about me to Lily during their conversations. I'm about to ask what's on her mind when she picks herself up from the railing. Shall we be off then? This is getting awkward. Her voice and expressions show that she's playing games with me. Lily knows damn well that she's leaving me hanging. Yeah, she does. She's being he today. With a sigh, I pick myself up off the railing as well and have a brief look around. We have stuff to do, so I'll just try and get back to her about this later. Tucked in between a newsstand and a convenience store is a small shop. A sign above the door reads, Othello's Antiques, in decorative English script. It'd be easy to miss if we were walking along the street, but since we're stationary and I'm purposefully looking around, it's just noticeable. Say, Lily, that doll you got, Hanako, was it new? Well, yes, but I'm not quite sure what you mean. Well, I found our shop. It's across the road. Oh, what is it? Some kind of toy shop? It's an antique shop. I think it's probably going to be our best bet. Really? I didn't even know we had one of those near here. Neither did I. I missed it the first time we went by here. It's pretty well hidden. Well then, it can't hurt to check. Inspired by this new find, we quickly dust ourselves off and head back towards the store. Ooh, art and stuff. It's, I was going to make a joke about the mirror being cracked, so Hanako would probably like it because she can't see herself properly. Yeah, let's carry on. The store has a strange, musky scent to it. The layout is more like a garage than a store. Things are stewing around the floor without any immediate semblance of order. That is an antique shop. Oh, you are the cutest. You are the cutest. Who's the cutest? You're the cutest. The shopkeeper gives us an almost bored look through his particularly small eyes. His face looks weary and tired, and his dress style is distinctly anachronistic. He gives us a polite nod of welcome before going back to his book. Lily holds tightly onto my arm, and I find myself having to split my efforts between making sure we don't miss the potential gift for Hanako and making sure Lily doesn't inadvertently bump into anything. She could just sit, and we just bring her options. The task is quite difficult, given the haphazard way the store is laid out, but eventually we safely arrive at an old desk covered in dolls and teddy bears. I think this is the right place. There's pretty much every kind of doll you could imagine here. That should make the choice much simpler. Could you please pick one for me, Hiseo? I had a feeling that it would come to this. I picture Hanako in my mind and try to imagine which of the dolls before me would suit her the best. My eyes wander across the collection, each one as exquisite as the one before it. The sheer number of styles is boggling, but eventually one catches my eye. Hey, what about this one? I pick up a small porcelain doll that looks to be at least somewhat affordable. Yeah, antiques are expensive. Dressed in a Victorian-era green dress with a little brown hat sitting atop its blonde hair, it looks a little like Lily. I gently pass it to her, who delicately feels her way around the object while wearing a look of slight concentration. It certainly feels beautiful. Do you think it would suit Hanako, in your opinion? I think it would. It could look good in her room. How do you know what her room looks like? In that case, I'll trust your judgment. Will you be getting her something as well, or shall this be a shared gift? I'm not sure. I think I should get her something myself, but I don't think getting her another doll is such a great idea. Maybe I let my voice trail off as I look around the shop. Resting on a writing table not far from us is a decorative box that catches my eye. Wait here, I think I found something. My, that was fast. Yeah, it was just kind of the first thing I saw, but I'm sure it'd be great. I gingerly walk through the collection of crystal glassware and pick up the box. The wooden sides are covered in carvings depicting ancient battles around a castle. The top, however, looks far too familiar. Alternating squares of white and black varnished wood are arranged on the lid. That is cute. Is it because of the patterns on the floor, the game they were playing? Or is it some sort of puzzle? Chessboard. Oh, that's a really nice item. It's a chess set from overseas. The store owner's sudden appearance startles me a little. I didn't see him approaching at all. I suppose he's trying to help us because we don't really look like we know what we're looking for. On the other hand, maybe he wants to keep an eye on us because he suspects we might shoplift instead. I'm looking for a present. For a friend. I see. In that case, this chess set should make a fine choice. Realization floods into my mind. This is a pretty good-looking set. But this is an antique shop. They're not well known for their bargain prices. How old is this? This is a reproduction. My best estimate is that it's about 5 years old. I see. How much? He thinks a little before telling me, which is slightly disconcerting. I'll let you take this now for 7,000 yen. I balk a little. I wasn't expecting to spend that much, but this does seem perfect. Then again, maybe that's a testament to how well he worked out how much he could make me pay. Couldn't we make it 5,000?
5,500, no lower.
I'm sold.
Oh, we'd also like to get that doll.
The store owner looks over my shoulder, focusing on Lily and the doll in her hands. His eyes narrow and he visibly takes a moment to switch mental gears. In the process, his smile drops slightly.
Ah, I guess that means that not everything in the store is a reproduction. Are you quite sure that is the doll you want, miss?
I trust my friend's judgment, yes.
I see. Oh, no offense.
None taken. If you could please wrap it for me, that would be appreciated. Is she like super crazy rich or something?
Yes, of course, but that is 20,000 yen.
Is that like $200 or something? Wait, is it? That's a lot of money. Lily reaches into her purse and presents 4 crisp-looking 5,000 yen notes. Here you are, 20,000 yen. The storekeeper dutifully takes them and the doll and proceeds to the counter. I take Lily's arm to guide her there.
Are you sure about this?
It's okay. I have the funds I need. As I said, I trust your judgment.
I feel a little guilty on 2 fronts. Firstly, because Lily has just spent a lot of money on my recommendation. And secondly, because I have a feeling the value of my gift isn't high enough.
It's not about that. It's something that you both enjoy together. It's cute. You picked it out all by yourself. We're so proud. Paki paki. Nice job. Don't worry about it. It's the thought. Nevertheless, Lily does seem to get somewhat awkward whenever the mention of money comes about. She's super rich. She's loaded. I hand the storekeeper my present and the money for it in return. He puts the cash into the register before busying himself with wrapping the doll and repeating the process on the chessboard. Eventually, he finishes gift wrapping and hands us both our presents.
Please be careful on your way back. Do come again. Thanks.
Indeed, thank you very much. The store owner bows deeply to us as we leave. Well, it did take us all day, but we found something in the end.
That we did.
Now that the presents are wrapped, I'm feeling a little impatient to give them to Hanako. It's a common reaction to buying gifts, I totally agree, wanting to see the reaction of the receiver as they discover what it is. And part of me wants to return to Hanako just to confirm her condition with my own eyes. What condition? What's going on, huh? What?
So, should we get back?
Let's. We've done a lot of walking today, so I shan't mind taking a rest back at the dormitories.
Lily's right. Now that the need to find a shop is over, my legs are feeling quite tired. Well then, back to the school for us. I'm looking forward to resting for a bit too.
Lily holds out her arm and I link mine with hers. Together, we make our way back to the bus stop. Done deal. Dunzos. Dunzo Malanzos. I love those gifts. They were really cute gifts. At first I was like, really? You got the doll last year and now you're getting another one? But this doll looks like Lily, so it's extra special cute because Lily is so adorable. Alright guys, if you enjoyed this episode, you know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Hopefully it'll be Hanako's birthday next episode, so I shall see you there. Jana!